Imagine this, a world where the US government not only embraces cryptocurrency, but actually builds a strategic reserve of American-founded digital assets. Yeah, that's right, American-centered cryptos. And that's the word circulating on X right now. Here it says, breaking, Trump considers US-based crypto reserve, potentially prioritizing coins like Solana and XRP. And so it sounds like a wild sci-fi scenario as of now, but if these reports are correct, it could soon become a reality. With Donald Trump set to issue an alleged 100 executive orders on his first day back in office, the cryptocurrency landscape may be headed for a seismic shift. So the question is, why does this matter? And it's simple, because the policies on the table could determine whether the US leads the crypto revolution or fall further behind. And this is something worth talking about. All right, so I want to take a quick minute to share some thoughts in reference to some news coming out of the social media sphere in reference to the potential for an alternative or just a generic crypto reserve asset portfolio centered around US-based companies. And once again, none of this should catch anybody by surprise. This is a part of the MAGA wealth effect, like I've mentioned several times before, because the whole goal of this upcoming administration is to divert your attention off of the tangible things that sound true and tested by using these instruments above my head here to steer the world towards this digital revolution that was pre-planned well before now. Because at the end of the day, he knows there's nothing that he can really do to put more purchasing power back into your pockets, because the consumer dollar is literally existing on borrowed time. And ultimately, we're just one event away from this entire pyramid coming to an end. But nevertheless, we are here, so I might as well talk about some of the things going on, as well as looking for opportunities amongst this transition. And then that takes us right into the digital asset space. And so in this video here, I want to highlight 3 simple things that I think ties into all this noise that we're going to hear about in the next couple of days. Is the fact that the banking surrounding the crypto space over the last several years will be coming to an end, which will help the crypto space significantly. The idea of this strategic reserve allocation, including US-based companies, is going to be major for this wealth effect. And last, including other digital assets beyond Bitcoin into a strategic reserve goes against the Bitcoin maximalist agenda. But then again, at this current moment, if everyone is willing to admit that we're in a transition right now, I think it's becoming easier to see that the Trump administration really don't care about Bitcoin as much as they do trying to keep the facade that everything is hunky-dory heading further into this new year. But as always, if you guys want to hear more of these little quick takes, definitely hit that thumbs up button to show your support for the channel. And then also drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this subject matter. And then if you're new, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you never miss an update whenever I put out one of these reports here. But the first point worth touching on is the fact that if this incoming administration actually turns out to be friendly towards the whole crypto space, ending the concept of the banking could unleash the industry's full potential. And that means more funds flowing into the space, therefore creating more opportunities. And for years now, the banks in the US have been quietly but effectively cutting ties with the cryptocurrency companies. And so this so-called banking policy championed under the Biden administration created a regulatory nightmare for a lot of entities. Banks were spooked by the vague warnings from the FDIC, which refused to work with the crypto startups. So basically labeling them as reputational risk. So it's like being invited to a party but told to stay outside because you might end up causing problems within the party. So as of right now, Trump's proposed policies aim to end the era of exclusion. And so crypto-friendly appointees like David Sachs, who's set to become the administration's AI and crypto czar, have already signaled a dramatic pivot at this current moment. So this isn't just about letting banks touch crypto. It's about sending a clear message that innovation is welcome here in the US. See, investors like Mark Andreessen have long argued that these restrictions have stifled growth and forced startups to go overseas. And so if the policy shifts, we could possibly witness a crypto renaissance as company returns back to the US, bringing jobs as well as investment with them. And so that leads to the second point, the idea that we experience some type of crypto comeback within our borders where startups decide to return back to the US, therefore bringing more capital with them as well as opportunity. Once again, under Biden's watch, the regulatory pressure forced dozens of crypto startups to flee the country. The so-called Operation Choke Point 2.0 effectively turned the U.S. to hostile territory for blockchain innovators. Compared to a tech company trying to thrive in an environment where electricity is banned, it's nearly impossible. So now with Trump's team promising to reverse these policies, optimism is bubbling up in the crypto sphere. Even in today's New York Post, there's a lot of optimism, where the headline reads, "Crypto crowd ready for blue skies under Trump administration. 4-year harassment is over." And to take it even further, European-based firms like Midas, which is run by Dennis Dinkelmeyer, was reported in this article that he's considering launching the U.S. this year. And that's all because of the idea that there appears to be some type of clarity coming to the surface that wasn't present during the Biden administration. And so a lot of insiders believe that this change could lure back not just startups, but major prospects and investments that fled to more welcoming jurisdictions such as Singapore as well as Switzerland. And so last, where will this America First crypto reserve to actually take us? Because as of right now, all the hype was centered around Kathy Loomis' Bitcoin Act bill, in which she proposed a framework designed to actually secure only Bitcoin. And so the idea that it could be opened up to other cryptocurrencies seems to have a lot of people in the Bitcoin community concerned. So the idea of a US-centric cryptocurrency reserve, Ripple and USDC, over global stables like Bitcoin. So right now, within the last hour, this is the headline that's trending, and a lot of people are sharing their thoughts on it. And it says, Trump's potential crypto reserve plan sparks a debate. And of course, as you scroll throughout, everybody and their mother got an opinion as to what coins might be included and why, as well as their concerns that it might not have been about Bitcoin all along. So on one hand, this move could boost domestic projects and strengthen America's influence in the crypto space. And on the other hand, the Bitcoin maximums argue that such favoritism risks alienating the global community and undermining the decentralized ethos of blockchain. So it's definitely a risky gamble, but the potential rewards could be enormous for those that love to speculate. So a strategic reserve of American coins could give the U.S. a powerful tool in both domestic policy as well as international finance. So think of it as creating a new Fort Knox, but for digital IOU nothings, where the very same problem that the world faces, which is currency, will be issued like never before after that next event, all designed to head into the very same system that traps the people within the perfect digital surveillance space. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Tracking, tracing, and surveilling the population, not just domestically, but globally. But between now and the time that actually arrives, we're going to witness a massive wealth transformation where all the old currency as well as all the new currency that's coming will be heavily concentrated into that sector where the uber wealthy who are getting in first into what might be considered a digital heist will benefit the most. And that, my friends, is the MAGA wealth effect. So the last question is, why does this matter and why should you care? So the crypto world isn't just waiting around for Washington to catch up. It's evolving fast. So if Trump's administration delivers on its promises, the U.S. could go from being a reluctant observer to a dominant player in the digital currency space. So ending the debanking alone could spur a wave of innovation. Add to that the return of the startup and the potential establishment of a U.S.-backed crypto reserve, and it's clear we're on the brink of a new era. But of course, these changes come with risk. So favoring certain coins could alienate Bitcoin enthusiasts and spark tensions within the industry, which is bound to happen. And while deregulation might fuel growth, it could also lead to new challenges such as market instability or increased speculation. And so the stakes couldn't be higher. But then again, the clock is ticking, and here we are now in 2025. And from where I'm seated, the idea that Trump promised to deliver an economic golden age for America, one thing I'm very confident about, it won't have anything to do with actual physical gold and never the possibility of silver, because we know they don't want that. So what else could it mean? We're going to find out, but you better believe crypto is a part of it. So basically, as the Trump administration gears up to implement these changes, one thing is certain: the world of crypto is about to get a lot more interesting. And that's just something we're keeping an eye on. But anyway, curious to hear what you guys think. Once again, trying to tie all the pieces of the puzzle together to help it make sense as to where we're being steered into and the probable opportunities along the way before we all realize what's really going on here. And of course, I mentioned that before, so it should be nothing new to you guys. Anyway, curious to hear your thoughts. If you found value, hit that thumbs up button. Drop a comment down below. We'll definitely love to get your thoughts on this, and I'll catch you on the next video.